We'll tell you how you can be a part of the show, be an underline associate right here with the G-Man at Southeastern Motorsports Radio Network. Well, race fans, we told you this weekend was a spectacular weekend. How about an unbelievable over-the-top weekend here? It's 8:20 here in the Carolinas. We'll give you some of the results first in the Carolina Clash. We'll come right back with some of the classic oldies, 50s, and 60s. Well, race fans, the Carolina Clash did roll into the Super Speedway this Saturday. They came in strong. They came in with 19 of the best of the best. They came in with 19 of the top runners right here at the Super Speedway. And I'm going to tell you what, folks, they turned and burned. 3 track records were broken. It was just an unbelievable, over-the-top weekend for the Carolina Clash right here at the Super Speedway. Well, without further ado, let's give you the rundown here in the late model series here. Taking down the victory for the $4,000 paycheck. That's right. He came into the racetrack strong, hot and heavy. He was a track favorite as well. Ross Bales. That's right. Ross Bales did prevail and take down a victory. And I'm going to tell you, the top 5 cars just went out of their way to give you probably one of the best, I'm talking most spectacular finishes that the Carolina Clash has ever put on at the Super Speedway. Taking down the number 2 spot. He is definitely a seasoned veteran. He knows how to get around. I'll tell you what, he was right there with Bales all 40 laps. It was a back and forth, back and forth. As I say, the top 5 cars shuffled the dice back and forth, but Ross Bales did prevail. Taking down the number 2 spot, it was Johnny Persley. That's right, Johnny Persley taking down the 2nd spot. In the 3rd spot, this driver did set a track record. He broke Rambo's record Saturday night, but it was broken. Both of them got their track record shattered, and I'll tell you about that, who shattered both of them. But taking down the 3rd spot, he was a house favorite as well. Chris Ferguson, that's right, Chris Ferguson came in there loaded for bear, and I'm going to tell you right now, he ran like he stole it because it was just relentless. Him, Persley, Bales, and in the 4th spot, Dennis Rambo Franklin. That's right, Rambo came in there. We tried all week to get you information to find out if Rambo was going to show up. And lo and behold, he snuck in the front gate and got right up in there, and he rocked the house. In the 4th spot, Rambo came in there, strong finish in 4th spot. He set a track record. Chris Ferguson broke the track record, and Ben Watkins just blew them both away. Great night for dirt track racing. In the 5th spot, Donald Bradshaw. In the 5th spot, great finish for him. In the 6th spot, Zach Mitchell. Great race for Zach. In the 7th spot, Joey Coulter came in the 7th spot. Great race. In the 8th spot, Anthony Sanders. In the 9th spot, with a track record, just held it the best he could, and I don't think you'll see that track record broke for a while. The bad boy himself out of Rock Hill, Ben Watkins. In the 10th spot, Jake Gibbons. In the 11th spot, it was Kevin Wilson. 12th spot was Billy Lambert. In the 13th spot was Kyle Pierce. 14th spot went to David Yandel. In the 15th spot, it was the Tool Man, Tim Allen. In the 16th spot, Josh Langley. And in the 17th spot, out of Toccoa, Georgia, Kenny Collins came up here and did a great job up here. In the 18th spot, it was Doug Sanders. And in the 19th spot, Ronnie Hoover. Folks, unbelievable race, Carolina Clash. Track was awesome. Track was fast. I'm talking, it was just balls to the wall fast this Saturday night for the Carolina Clash. Congratulations to all the drivers. Congratulations to Ross Bales. Just came in there and just smoked the field. Did a great job. Absolutely great job. Again, congratulations to all the Carolina Clash. Congratulations to Larry Lee, Mark Huey, all the officials with the Carolina Clash. It was just a great, phenomenal race. Fans came, the advertising, the promotion. Clint Elkins did a great job handling the marketing promotion end of it. His dad, Ernie. Everybody on that staff did what they were supposed to do to get the word out to get the house packed, and it was packed house. There was no doubt about it. It was a rocking night. The cars were rocking. The track was fast. And we cannot say enough again about the track crew for the great job that they did putting this racetrack together. Just a great night all the way around. Well, I'll tell you what. If this is any indication and indicative of how the Carolina Clash is going to be in 2016, folks, you're in for a great year coming up. I'm not really sure how many races are left for the Carolina Clash this year remaining. I think there's a few more, and I think they did run the next day as well. I don't know if it was Sumter or Gaffney. I'm probably incorrect on that, but I know the Clash did have a race yesterday as well. So we'll get that information straightened out for you for Wednesday's show. But again, great job by the Carolina Clash and all representatives of the Clash. The second half of the show is 8:26 p.m. right here in the Carolinas. This is the GMAN Southeastern Motorsports Radio Network. Second half of the show is brought to you from the good folks at the U.S. Bonding Company out of Charlotte, North Carolina. Well, it was a battle. The River Wars Sportsman race, the Lightning Sportsman, the SECA Series came into the Super Speedway. The odds were against a lot of drivers, race fans. The driver who took down the victory this past Saturday night, the odds were definitely not in his favor. First time he's ever run the Super Speedway, but he comes from a line with probably one of the most popular cars that ever run the Super Speedway down there, Mike Duvall with the Flintstone Flyer. And I'll tell you what, congratulations to the winner, the 5D car for Mitchell Duvall out of Gaffney, North Carolina. He came into the house there, and as we say, the track favorite, actually, the car that was highly favored this week for Brian Mullis out of Rock Hill, had a tough break, really did. He started out pretty strong, but ended up having a tough break. Had some great times during qualifying, but it just wasn't meant to be. It just was not meant to be. Like I say, it was just a tough night, but a great night. Folks, it was a great night of racing. Taking down the second spot out of Heath Springs, South Carolina, but unfortunately, he did try to protest only 5D for Mitchell Duvall, but the 35 car was bumped. We'll use that terminology. I think you can read between the lines. The 35 car for Wild Bill Knight. So the protest was null and void. He was bumped. A little bit of maybe a disqualification took place there, so it didn't happen. But the driver in the third spot, he led just about the entire race with about maybe 5 to 7 laps to go. Ended up taking down the second place, but he gave it, one of his best shots out of Lancaster, South Carolina, the 29 car for Travis Payne. Mr. Excitement did everything he could to hold off Mitchell. And I mean, Travis, congratulations for the job that you've done taking down in the second spot here. It was just unbelievable, the race that you were able to put on against Duvall, against Knight. And in the fourth spot, the 25W for Josh Wilkerson out of York, South Carolina. Folks, I'm telling you, the top 4 cars here, they ran unbelievable race. Mitchell Duvall taking out the victory. William Knight in second, but with a DQ out and got bumped. Travis Payne got bumped now into the second spot. Josh Wilkerson out of York, South Carolina moved up into the third spot. So everybody bumped up a spot here. Out of Matthews, North Carolina, finishing in the fourth spot, the 18 car for Ricky Green. In the fifth spot, the Red Rocket out of Lancaster, South Carolina, the 07 car for Jeffrey McGuirk. Bumping up the 16K out of Lancaster, South Carolina was Brady Kurt. Next spot down went to Jason Starnes from Lancaster, South Carolina, the 66J. The 01 out of Blackstock, South Carolina for Trey Tarleton. And next spot down from Lancaster, South Carolina, 29J for Justin Payne. The 91 car from Blackjack Motorsports out of Fort Mill, South Carolina was David Moats. From Woodruff, South Carolina, the 05 for Andy Madison. This gentleman here had a bit of a tough night. The 17S car for Steven Sauce had a little bit of a tough night. And in the next spot down, in the 13th spot, again, like I say, this driver here was the house favorite. He went in there with 72% of the votes to take down the victory, but misfortune, unfortunate night, and a tough break for the cheeseburger himself, Brian Mullis out of Rock Hill, South Carolina. Jamie Thomason out of Rock Hill, South Carolina, had a crash up there in turn number 1, and again, a tough night for him. And the final spot with a hard crash out of Lincolnton, North Carolina, Corey Sertain, again, had a tough night in the 33 car, but congratulations to Mitchell Duvall. And again, as we say, Sunday, he went into the Gaffney Speedway and took down the victory. So he claims a 4-time victory for the River Wars. 2015, a four-time champion. Congratulations to Mitchell and all the crew, to Dad and everybody, to a great victory at the Super Speedway. And like we say, he's never run the Super Speedway, but he did prevail. A long teardown after the race was over, absolutely. The teardown lasted a couple hours on the car, but he was declared the winner, so congratulations to all the sportsmen. Outstanding job. You are the best of the best. You gave it your best. You came there with your A game on, and the race fans got a spectacular show. No doubt about it. Congratulations to the River Wars champion Mitchell and to the Sportsman Division. Next segment of the show is brought to you from the good folks at the M&L Riggers Incorporated. It is 8:32 right here in the Carolinas. This is the G-Man. Well, in the Faith Funderburk Realty Super Stocks, it was a good night. And congratulations to the gambler himself, Brandy Baker. Cruised into victory with a 16 car. It was good to see him back out there again. In the second spot, driving his dad's car out of Rock Hill, South Carolina, the 46 car driven by Brent Hodges Saturday night. In the third spot, out of Kershaw, South Carolina, Matt Cawthon in the 18 car. Great job for Matt. A top 3 run for him. And in the fourth spot, out of Waxhaw, North Carolina, this driver had all kinds of monkeys on his back. Had the just had the dirt track plague, but he still hung in there tough. And every time this driver gets out there, folks, he has some hard luck, some tough luck. Beating and banging, crashing, and getting bumped around, sometimes just a victim. Wrong place, wrong time. But give credit where it's due to the 12 car for Jason Gullidge. Great job, Jason, taking home in the fourth spot. Next driver in the fifth spot from Waxhaw, North Carolina as well. The KD3 car for Kyle Norwood. In the sixth spot from Wadesboro, North Carolina, the 25 car for Elias Grant. In the seventh spot, out of out of Dallas, North Carolina, Adam Van Diver, 98X car. Now, this driver here was right there running in the top all night long. He was strong, had a good running car, had a good handling car. In the feature, kind of got shuffled back a little bit of misfortune, but ended up in the seventh spot. Like I say, Adam Van Diver out of Dallas, North Carolina. In the eighth spot, this driver was another house favorite. He started off the night running great, running strong. Not really sure what happened with the car. Had some misfortune, a little bit of an incident there. Out of Rock Hill, South Carolina, was Joseph Engelbrecht. In the ninth spot from Indian Land, South Carolina, went to Johnny Starkey. And in the 10th spot from Chester, South Carolina, the Hammer himself, the sixth car for Ronnie Mosley. In the Cawthon Motor Renegades, looking down here at their finishing order here, taking down win number 12 this year in the Cawthon Motor Renegades. Congratulations to him and all of the crew. The 16B car for Andrew Baker out of Lancaster, South Carolina. In the second spot, Dad couldn't do it. He was right there, but I'll tell you what, Brandy gave it everything he possibly can. He just could not keep up with Andrew. Andrew was on a rail. He had that car hooked up, dialed in, high, wide, and handsome. But in the second spot, From Lancaster, South Carolina, was Brandy Baker. In the third spot, from Fort Mill, South Carolina,